Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. Just wanted to give you a quick review of the build of my HB Racing D418. So finished this buggy up, spent the weekend pretty much putting together, just finished painting the body and putting the electronics and stuff, so it's pretty much all ready to go. I'm not driven it yet, but I just want to give you my thoughts on how the build actually went. Overall, the build was pretty good. All the parts are high quality, all the parts come in bags, you don't have to cut anything off parts trees. You do have to cut the body and the wing, but everything else is already pre-cut for you. Does not include tires, but does include wheels. So these are compatible with TLR 22.4 wheels. So if you have a set of those will mount right on. Initial impressions: tons of bags. Everything comes in bags, but there's like bags within bags within bags within bags. It's kind of funny how many bags there are. So definitely want a sharp hobby knife or a pair of scissors, because you're going to be cutting a lot of bags open. A little too many bags in my opinion, but it's okay. Other thing I want to note is that there are no shock oils, no greases, no Loctite. Pretty much the only thing it comes with is some diff fluid, so you will have to supply your own. So overall, the build I think is not quite as newbie friendly. If you've never built a kit before, this is probably not the first one to go with, because there are some things you probably should know that the manual won't tell you, and so you won't realize you need a grease like the ring gears or something like that. So anyways, here's my build. It comes with this J Concepts. I think it's the F2 body, either F2 or S2, but pretty cool looking body. Just painted it in this sort of red, white, and gunmetal instead of red, white, and gray, black that I normally do. Mixed it up a little bit. Have a little orange stripe for the HB Racing colors. My actual build, sorry, the wiring is still a mess. I just kind of grabbed electronics from my SC6.1, didn't even bother to resolder anything, so kind of a mess right now. But I've got a Hobbywing Quick Run 10BL120, I think it's called. ESC, censored of course. We've got a Tiken Gen 3 8.5 turn redline motor. I'm running a Sanwa RX 462 receiver, and then I've got a Savox 1258 TG servo. I'm sorry, this is the receiver. Other than that, it's pretty much all stock. Nothing fancy or anything like that. Other things to note are that the what do you call it? The Velcro didn't stick on very well. Pretty much all the stickers and the Velcro, anything that has a sticky backing, was not really good in this kit. So the stickers are really hard to get on. They didn't really want to come off the sticker sheet. The Velcro, I had to use a different set of Velcro because, as you can see, it just kind of falls off on its own. So I had to get a different set. But yeah, other than that, the build was fine. Other things to note are you do need a lot of different nut drivers. So this kit uses 4mm nut drivers, it uses 5mm nuts, it uses 5.5, uses 7, so a lot of different sizes. Then you need your usual hex drivers, of course, 2.5, I'm sorry, 1.5, 2, no 2.5 I don't think. But yeah, that's pretty normal. The other thing to note is that the build doesn't really tell you what the settings are in a lot of the places. It just says go look at the setup sheet, and then so you're basically flipping back and forth between the kit setup and then the actual build, because it doesn't really tell you where what kind of shock oils to use or where to set your camber links, or pretty much everything. It doesn't really tell you during the build where to put things, so you just have to always look back at the setup sheet in the back. Let's see what else is there. The build went pretty much according to the manual. Only change I did was that the center diff I did not find needed to be shimmed. So I got shims for the front and rear disc and the center diff, but I didn't shim the center diff. Found that it was better without that. Things I didn't like, there are these kind of annoying little C-clips in the front and back sun gears, but that's pretty typical for four-wheel drive buggy. The B44, the B64 all had that. The B74 does not have that, so a little bit of improvement there. I think the Techno didn't either, so this is a little bit old school with those C-clips. Other than that, the motor mount is also like crazy tight. It's got this eccentric motor mount where you basically just kind of turn the motor to get it to mesh. So if you want to move the mesh in or out, you just kind of rotate the motor. It's just crazy tight in there. It pretty much gets jammed in there. I don't know if I built something wrong, but super hard to get that out of there and actually adjust the mesh. So right now I pretty much kind of need to rewire my motor wires here, but I don't want to take out that motor because it's just too much of a pain. So I'm not going to bother to do that right now. I'll probably do that later, but whenever I need to adjust the motor. Everything, it seems like all the parts are available still, so one of the concerns I had with the HB Racing line is that a little bit smaller brand, harder to get parts. You can still pretty much get everything. You know, there are some things back ordered, like there are no stiffer springs available right now in the US, so you know, you could probably use Associated or TLR springs or something like that, but that was, I found, a little bit annoying. And then the other thing I didn't like is that the wheels do not have captured hexes, so the fronts pretty much just have these dry pins that will fall out. The rear is the same thing, so I ended up using TLR 22.4 I don't know what you call them, basically like press pins in the front to stay on. They'll be a lot harder to get off, but at least they won't fall off every single time I remove the wheels. And the rears, I ordered a set of Exotech orange hexes. So Exotech does make captured hexes for the front and rear, so you can get those, or you can just use the 22.4 pins up front if you don't want to spend the money on the hexes. Yeah, that was pretty much it for the build. Nice kit overall. Definitely kind of a mean looking kit. It's all black and little spots of this bright orange. But other than that, you know, pretty dirty, mean looking little buggy here. So that's pretty much it for my build review. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be running it at the track and doing some laps and getting some thoughts on how it actually runs. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the add notifications button. That does help you find out about new videos, and look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.